Hello, welcome to week 8 of the vlog. Yes, I am now permanently set on this name. There will be no more changes, no more ums and ahs, there'll be no more complaining about this. This will be the last week of me complaining about the name vlog. That's it, game over, no more names. Yeah, I've kind of been going with that for the past 8 weeks. Anyway, so, on to the update of the week. Fitness wise, due to the back issue, possibly mentioned last week, I kind of forget what I talked about. The back issue I picked up last week, whereby I've slightly jarred my back. Not clever when you're planning on running. So that issue is preventing me from running right now. Also makes the training sessions quite interesting. Yeah, so I've replaced the running with a swimming session as a sort of a fitness related replacement. That is quite handy because it makes sure that I still keep fit and also work on things like pacing breathing, which is obviously one thing you do when you swim a lot. Obviously still doing the fitness sessions, which is good, but the run's now about 3 weeks away, so I need to make sure my back is in full and good order for the run. Sponsorship wise, still to sort that out, so I'm going to be, I did promise last week I'd have it done this week, but I just haven't had time to actually get all the ducks in a row and sort out my information on the link where we have the Just Giving page set up. As soon as we've got that sorted, I will post it along with this video and post it no doubt everywhere and get everyone pestering me to sponsor me. So outside of that, there wasn't too much that happened last week, a lot of boring things, but last weekend was quite interesting. Last weekend we were, well, me and a few of my friends, we got together and had a board game day on Sunday, which was quite nice and relaxing for a change. Played quite a few games, played the classic, which is Ticket to Ride and Tsuro. Very easy to get into games and very enjoyable. We also tried Creative Machine of Death, which I think we're going to need a little bit of work on that one. It's not quite as fluid as the game should be. One which we did really pick up on, that was Cards Against Humanity. If you've not heard of Cards Against Humanity before, the basic premise is, for anyone who's played the game Apples to Apples, it's very much like that. For those that haven't, the idea is you are given a question, and of that question you have a selection of cards to choose an answer from. The difference is that the answers generally are a bit cruder and the questions can be a bit more colourful. One example from the top of my head is, here is the church, here is the steeple, open the doors and inside is the blank. So you can put any card you want in there, and there's one person who acts as the judge and they then decide what's the best answer. There are a number of interesting cards in the UK version, as there probably are in the US version. But the UK ones were generally a couple of cards which you mentioned, and all of a sudden it was a case of, ooh. That one wins for being rather crude and rather... And there are a number which are quite funny and yeah, quite interesting. I think we were laughing for hours at some of the answers. But I would also state this is not a game to be played with parents. It is a game to be played with a specific audience of friends who actually know and you know their sense of humour, because it could and very much will upset people should you play the wrong card at the wrong time. Another interesting thing, and it's why I keep looking down here, was last weekend was the BAFTAs. That was also on Sunday. The BAFTAs are the British Academy Film and Television Awards. Or to give them their full title, the EE BAFTAs, formerly the Orange BAFTAs. Basically, it is the British equivalent of the Oscars. So, I have on here my delightful iPad. I actually have the list of winners, so I didn't actually forget. A lot of the winners from the BAFTAs went to Gravity, a film I've not actually seen. Actually, a lot of the films that were nominated for BAFTAs I haven't actually seen this year. Usually before now I've seen a decent number of the films, but this year I haven't actually. Gravity walked away with a lot of technical awards. A lot of the acting awards generally went to different categories of people. Looking at the list, not clever when you've got a camera here. 12 Years a Slave, Captain Phillips, American Hustle. Quite a lot of different films there. It's seen as a prelude to the Oscars usually, and a good indication to what will win what, but there's usually more of a British twist to these awards, as we try to be a bit different. We try to recognise our own talent, but if the film is very good, then obviously that will be recognised. Personally, I'm almost glad Gravity didn't run away with every single award. I'm not a big fan of when a film completely blows everything out of the water. Of the films which are nominated in the Oscars, though, again, there's not a lot I've seen on there. I just haven't had the time to see films in Oscar season, as you will, indulge me. Oscar season generally is anything released from... In the UK, we're talking here, anything released from around November through January. So we're talking like Wolf of Wall Street, Her, which is actually only came out last week here. 12 Years a Slave, Wolf of Wall Street, I've already mentioned, Gravity, Dallas Buyers Club, Captain Phillips, American Hustle. Lots of different films there, but nothing really stands out, which is a shame. But then again, as I said, I don't really like a film that run away with thing at the awards. I do like the nice surprises though. It's a bit waffly, this one. I did have two topics I wanted to talk about. I can't talk about them. So that's it for this week. I am really trying to keep up with this now. It's going to be interesting over the next couple of weeks, with the run coming up and the back issue obviously factoring in, but I think I'll just be glad when it's done. I'll be glad when the run's done. I think, yeah. I don't care about how much money's raised. I don't care how much weight I've lost in terms of doing the training and how much healthier I feel. It's more about the challenge of completing a 10-kilometre run. I've never been good at running. I never have been a runner, and never will be a full-fledged runner. This is a very much a personal challenge for me to finish something like this that generally I've not really preferred doing before, not really liked doing before now. So yeah, it's going to be a hard couple of weeks coming up, because we're going into the final stage of training. I will possibly record a special vlog on the Sunday of the race, after probably a few hours after, so I don't look completely and utterly drained from the run. So I appreciate this has probably waffled on quite long enough now. I've waffled on far too long. Please do submit any questions, queries that you'd like me to talk about, topics you want me to talk about. I will be more succinct to topics. I will try, fingers crossed, to talk about them properly. Thank you for watching, as always, and I'll see you next week. Bye.